Hi there folks, my name's NovaWrap24 and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for all your simulation news and releases from goings on from the week that was. Alrighty, let's jump straight into it. So, it's been quite a wide range of releases across the different simulation fronts this week. So, we're going to get started this week with Gravity Tactics Myas Front. Now, I'm sure that some of my Russian or Eastern European viewers have probably said I've announced that completely wrong, but there you go, that's what it looks like to me. Alright, so Gravity Tactics Myas Front is. So, the Gravity Tactics is a series that's been around for a little while from a developer that brought us Steel Panzers and quite a few other sort of interesting little titles. And I brought this one out. Some people would say it's a strategy game, but at the same time, it incorporates quite a significant simulation element as well. So it's a title that essentially takes the battles from around the Myas area in 1943 in large scale operations between the Red Army and the Wehrmacht during the Second World War, and it looks at ways of actually going through everything from a strategic overview map with a turn-based sort of type of strategy sort of element to it, but then it brings it into a tactical real-time and simulation mode, which actually gives you all the tanks, and you can actually take command of the vehicles as well as actually directing all the different your forces all over the battlefield as well. And this looks pretty damn incredible. And one thing I'm really glad to see is there's a lot of good new single-player titles coming out as well, and not just everything being sacrificed at the altar of multiplayer. And I think this one is really really good as well. It really goes through a whole heap of the battlefield simulation things as well. So it goes through all the different devices that you can use in the battlefield, from smoke screens, flares, trenches, and the physics engines and the effect of those on your vehicles and your armies. Really give the simulation aspect to this one quite fascinating as well. So there you go. So yeah, this is from a team that's provided us some good solid content in the past from other titles, and this title is looking very very nice and solid as well. So this is available now on Steam, or it's also available from their website as well. Actually, no, correction to that. Sorry, no, it is only available on Steam. So the Gravity Tactics Myas Front available now on Steam for approximately 32 to 35 US dollars, and that is available now. Alrighty, into other simulation news as well this week. So we've got Project Cars. So Project Cars, that's sort of was released last year, has continued their DLC juggernaut with the US race car packs. So, the Project Cars is always sort of been a very, very popular title, and has really sort of firmly set the benchmark, the new benchmark when it comes to racing simulation games. And this latest add-on for their latest DLC, the US Race Car Pack, really sort of continues that tradition as well. Now this comes with 4 different vehicles, so you get a combination of sort of endurance, sort of your actual GT endurance type racing vehicles in the forms of the Chevrolet Corvette and the C7R and the Cadillac ATS VR. You get those both to your GT rally specs, and they're looking absolutely beautiful. And the detail that look on these vehicles and the simple eye candy of these vehicles is absolutely incredible. And then you also get a couple of other ones as well. You get a stock vehicle as well. So this is your normal sort of just drive left kind of drive left kind of racing that Americans are sort of sometimes known for. But you also get with it in the Ford Fusion. But you also get the Dallara DW12 IndyCar as well, which goes for the Verizon IndyCar series, and it's really nice to see an American open-wheeled vehicle come into this simulation as well. So that's looking pretty damn amazing. So that's across multiple platforms. So it's across your console for those console players out there, as well as across onto PC as well. And it's available now for $3 US. So for the detail you get, that's not a bad add-on. That's really pretty good. So that's available now for Steam or from your preferred retail or console outlet. Alright, sticking on to the asphalt for the moment, we've also got the release of Bus Simulator 16. So this one's an interesting little one. So if you ever have the desire to actually drive the masses on their daily commute, this is looking like a title for you to do as well. So this comes with six authentic buses, including a couple licensed from MAN, which is the sort of one of the large vehicle construction companies, and you've got to go through that, and you get the actual vehicles. You've got different you got articulated type buses, 2-3 door buses, and you go through traffic at various times of the day and night as well, which looks pretty damn cool, and it's interesting with the fact that it puts the challenges of trying to do that, and it adds to it's not just a driving simulation, but you also have to build up your career and stuff like that, and actually achieve the routes and stuff like that, and it's got a pretty huge open world system in it as well, which is looking pretty cool as well. Sunny Springs is the city it comes with, but it also comes with a city constructor, so you can actually build your own city, and so it is fully compatible with Steam Workshop as well. So I'm really happy to see that not only is it going to have does it have like this really interactive and living world around it, it also has the fact that it will support community and third-party add-ons as well, which is always good to see for a simulation title. It always really is. So as I said, if you're into driving the masses around and trying to keep them happy and calm and to watch out for the various hazards of the road, Bus Simulator 16 might be something for you to consider. So this one's available now on Steam, and for coming out at special release price with 10% off, but normally retails for $25 or your regional equivalent. Alright, moving from the asphalt and now moving on to the football pitch. So Football Club Simulator has come out. Now, clubs, simulators in clubs, have sort of, sports simulators have sort of been around for probably as long as gaming has. It really has, and Football Club Simulator is a sort of a new sort of take on the idea of doing it as well. And the developer is literally the Football Club Simulator company, so they're specializing in this. This is what they do. This is all they do, and it's. If you're into that kind of stuff, it's kind of interesting as well. But you actually have it is not just about sort of the economy. You've got to sort of buy and trade players as well. So it's all the different elements of it as well. But you can also actually go through the different seasons and the different things that happen during the season. So, are you trying to, drive stadium sales to try and make some money? How are you doing training? So it goes a lot more in depth than sort of previous titles have done in that kind of stuff as well. And you can also actually give out orders during the match as well. So you actually have it's not so when you football football club simulator, it's not just about you managing the overall club. It's also about you managing the team as well. So it tries to find a nice balance between some of the more traditional sporting the more traditional sporting simulation titles, and also sport gaming titles, and also sort of just trying to get new ground as well. So features a whole heap of teams through across the European leagues as well, European and worldwide leagues as well. So you've got football teams from all around the world fishing here. So more than likely your local team may actually your local big name team may actually be featured. So there you go. Again, this one is available now on Steam, and this one's coming out. This one's got a pretty huge entry-level discount. This one, it's got a 40% off. So normally retails for about $20, down to 40% off until the 12th of March as an entry-level discount. So, as I said, if you want a new take on sporting simulation games, this is probably going to be one for you to consider and to have a look at. Alrighty, moving on to the from the greenery onto the permanent way. So we've got a couple of new releases from the permanent way from the Train Simulator world. So interesting enough, Train Simulator 2016 is having a free weekend at the moment. So as this video is going to air, you've probably got around about 12 hours left to be able to experience Train Simulator for free and actually see if it's something that you're interested in, and if you like the graphics and the physics engine that goes with it. And if you do, you may be interested in some of the DLC that's available for it. Now we've got two, as I said, two DLC has been released in the last week. So the first one is one of their railway routes. So we've got the North Somerset Railway Route add-on has been added in. So this one goes through through the north, from the north of Somerset, going through Bristol and things like that. It comes out with interesting because the actual route, the actual real world rail line in for this particular one was actually closed in 1973. Funnily enough, it's actually looking at they're actually looking at reopening the line, and this will be planned to open in 2018 with the first part of it from Mells Road to Mells, with the remainder of the road, the route opening up through until the end of 2025. So yeah, it's interesting, cool as well. So it's sort of like a bit. This one's a bit of a more of a historical one. So you get a train included as well. So you get the Class 117, a diesel unit, which was built between 1959 and 1961. And although they're not in active operational service, they were sort of withdrawn from the mainline service in sort of like the 90s. Some of them are still preserved in other railway things as well. And yeah, but in other railway simulation, or sorry, railway historical societies preserve a few of them and keep them operating. But yeah, it really does highlight the beautiful countryside of the region, and it looks like it's quite done as well. You get 4 scenarios included with this one, and again, as always, fully compatible with Steam Workshop scenarios from the community as well. The second release for the permanent way this week for Train Simulator 2016 is the Amtrak Dash 832 locomotive. So this one is another diesel locomotive. Built into the 1990s, and it's come out and it gets you to you can roar across to the American tracks in style with the power of these Genesis diesels. So looking pretty damn impressive as well. So it comes in the original. It comes in a couple of liveries. So you got the original Amtrak livery, as well as the modern day screen, and it comes in with a variety of different rolling stock as well, both freight and also with passenger equipment. So it's going to be it's great to be able to, so you can have this along the American coastline, or hell, you can probably even import it across to the UK for you if you wish to enjoy it. So this is a huge line. It's like a 12-cylinder version, and it just looks absolutely incredible. I'm really curious to hear what it sounds like, actually. Funnily enough, there's something about diesel trains and the way they sound that I always enjoy. So yeah, this is just a personal thing, just from back in my younger days. Anyway, so as I said, this one is available now, fully quick drive compatible, again compatible with Steam Workshop scenarios as well. You also get 3 scenarios included with this one as well, which is designed for use with the Miami West Palm Beach route as well. So those you do require that separate DLC if you wish to play in the scenarios, so they're available. But again, as I said, compatible with Steam Workshop scenarios if you do want to have your own. Alrighty, moving on to other simulation news at the moment. So Anno 2205, so the sort of corporation and world saving and moon colonizing simulation that we saw released last year has released its first piece of paid DLC. So if you're owners of the season pass, this has already been automatically added to your library. But this is available now. So it's Anno 2205 Tundra. So this adds a new region into your area. So the desolated Vanar Plains. So apparently nobody's been there for 100 years, and you get some challenges with various different, essentially wastelands. So you've actually got to go through and actually got to manage the environment as much as you have to manage the city as well. And it also introduced a futuristic flying vehicle, which looks pretty impressive as well. So this is available now. Mixed reports from this one. You you'll be seeing a review of this one coming up on my channel very, very shortly. As I get onwards towards playing that, I'll be coming back with the NovaWrap LLC Corporation. Will be back, and we'll be reviewing any NO2205 Tundra in the very near future. But as I said, if corporation building and city simulations are your thing, this is going to be something that you want to grab, because, as I said, the Anno 2205, the Anno series has always been good, and the 2205 was definitely no exception to that. So there you go. As I said, that is available now on Steam for $12.95 US or your local equivalent. Alright, moving now to the skies. So, in releases this week, we've got quite a wide range of releases across all the different platforms this week. So, starting with, going through a lot of Steam releases, going with Steam Edition. So, for FSX Steam Edition, the Field Air Simulations Embraer Phenom 100 has come to FSX Steam Edition. And I do believe this now completes Field Air's range of Embraer aircraft now coming across onto Steam. So, the Embraer 100 is a tiny little business jet that was sort of, or their very light jet concept aircraft that was developed in the Phenom 100. Essentially, it's basically just carries 4 to 7 people a really long way. That's pretty much what it's designed for. So it's looking pretty damn cool, and yeah, it's got a lot of the features, a lot of commonality you get with a lot of the other Embraer aircraft as well. So if you've already got some of the other Embraer aircraft, you'll come across and feel very much at home with this aircraft. And it just looks, pretty good. And it's just a cute little zippy little aircraft to fly. It really is. So yeah, and Field Air Simulations, they're not a bad developer. They're a good, reasonable cost developer, and this one does look quite impressive for this little aircraft as well. So this is available now for your FSX Steam Edition pleasure. If you're not an FSX Steam Edition user, or if you want it to be able to have a cross-platform, the Field Air one is available from your favorite flight sim retailer. Alrighty, in other FSX and P3D releases this week, so we saw quite a few this week. So we saw the Orbix have released their latest airport. So, but it's more of it's not just an airport. It's an experience pack. So this is Tapini Airport in Papua New Guinea. Now this is done by the same couple of guys, so Ken Hall and Tim Harris, who actually brought us Pago Pago International and Jackson's International. And not only do you get the main Tapini Airport, you get a total of 7 bush trips, including sloping airfields. There is one particular airfield in here which I really want to see how they've modelled. It's called Fane. It's one of the few strips in the world where it's one way in, one way out. That's it. There is no, options for winds or whatever. You've got a mountain at the other end of the runway, so you don't have an option for taking in a different runway setting, so runway direction. So yeah, it's. I'm really intrigued to see how they've done this one. I really am. But you get, as I said, you get 7 bush trips in total. Some amazing scenery, land class as well has all been redone for this area. If you've already experienced Jackson's International and the area around that sort of Papua New Guinea, the Kokoda Track and the EMO mission from Orbix, or the Pago Pago International, you will probably already have bought this, and if you haven't, you probably actually really should. This is a really amazing, these two particular developers just do amazing work, and yeah, the extras you get with it is absolutely incredible. So highly recommended for this one. So this is available now from the Flight Sim store, so for about $35 Australian, or your regional equivalent. But yeah, this one's going to be definitely something you want to look for. So there you go. Definitely look at grabbing that one, because that just looks amazing. It really does. Alright, moving on. Next one. Onwards and upwards. Okay, so the guys over at FSDG, veteran developers now, they've released their latest release, the Graz Airport, which is the international airport of Austria's second largest city. Graz has been brought to life by FSDG, and carrying over 1 million passengers every year. And actually, considering that there's not a lot of airports, not a lot of people have done a lot of airports in Austria and the sort of Alps region. yeah, you really, yeah, they've done. This looks pretty damn incredible. I love the dynamic sort of lighting effects they've got on the tower as well. Like, it's a very unique tower, and I'm really loving how they've actually done that in FSX and P3D. So this is fully about compatible across the ESP range. So Flight Simulator X, Steam Edition, P3D, and all its versions as well. Oh, by the way, and that was the thing. The the Tapini Airport, that is across also compatible across the full range of ESP platforms. So all the way from FSX through Steam Edition through all the variations of P3D as well. So, but yes, Graz, if you want to do some flying in and around the Alps and Vienna and Austria, definitely something that you want to have a look at grabbing. Fully compatible also alongside various third-party add-ons as well. Everything from Austria Pro, FTX Global, UTX. It's just everything is working alongside it. Really great to see the compatibility there. So looking nice, guys. Available from your favorite flight sim retailer now. Alrighty, moving on to Denmark now. So we're saying in Europe. So Vidan Designs. Vidan Designs, a small Danish company that specialise in Danish sceneries. So they've released a few airport packs in the past, and their airports are pretty stunningly detailed. They're now releasing an area of they're releasing photoreal scenery in some pretty damn incredible. Like, they've got down to sort of 1 to 2 1 meter per pixel for almost all of it, and 2 meter per pixel in for the winter months, 1 meter per pixel for the spring and summer months. And this is the first in a series they're releasing to cover all of Denmark. So this one is Jutland North. So this is the northern parts of Denmark, and from the shots, it's got a nice balance between photoreal and autogen as well, which is really, really important. It's a lot of early photoreal, and a lot of photoreal out there essentially wipes out the autogen, which actually I think kills off your experience. Whereas lately with Orbix and with Vidan Designs and a couple of others, including one we're going to cover off in just a moment, that you actually get they're blending the autogen as well on top of the photoreal, so it's looking absolutely incredible. And yeah, if you want to do low and slow flying through the north of Denmark, yeah, this is looking absolutely incredible. Again, also great to see a developer supporting the whole ESP platform, so all the way across from FSX Steam Edition, and Prepared 3D in all its versions as well. This is available now either direct from Vidan Designs or from your favorite flight sim retailer. Alrighty, continuing on in scenery releases. So lastly, scenery release for the week. So this one is from Real World Scenery. So who have going to been producing photoreal scenery for quite a while now. They finally got round to finishing off their United Arab Emirates series. So this is the second and final volume of their coverage of the UAE. Now, having spent a bit of time in the UAE, I've always loved the UAE because it's such a variety of terrain for the Middle East. Yeah, it actually, it's got these beautiful, lush, verdant areas along the coastline, and got some incredible offshore experiences to have. It's got some great diving as well, by the way, and also as well as having lots of desert and the stuff like that, and cities and all the rest of it. And they've really captured this in an incredible way as well. It really have, and it just looks incredible. And you get to see the balance between again autogen and also with your photoreal as well, to give a pretty damn incredible detail. It looks amazing, and yeah, for this kind of detail, I was really surprised at how good the detail is on this. It looks on this. So yeah, again, if you're into your photoreal, or you want to give photoreal a try, you can't. Yeah, this looks like one that you can't really go wrong with. Yes, there are large parts of desert and all the rest of it, but yeah, for the more built up in the coastal areas, this does look absolutely amazing. It really does. And definitely encourage you to check out. If you're not sure, check out the video. So it's been playing in the background here while I've been talking on. It's available on their YouTube channel. Have a look at it and see what you think, because it looks absolutely insanely good. It really does. So this is available now either direct from the realworldscenery.com or from your favorite flight sim retailer now. All right, last couple of releases for FSX for flight simulation this week. For the FSX and P3D side of things, Alabao have brought to life their their Piper PA23 Aztec F250 has come to life. Again, in the usual thing that we expect from Alabao, it's got the integration to the Flight 1 and Reality XP gauges as well, or you can just use the standard, or it will use some of the standard default gauges as well. Couple of different it's a couple of different color panels, which is interesting as well. It's got a couple of different interior options, as well as 6 high definition external liveries as well, and your blank livery for you to create your own liveries on. The Aztec's a cute little, very sort of cute little sort of mini commuter GA aircraft with its commuter twin, and looks pretty cool. And yeah, it's again the usual, the thing that Alabao and Carinado know for with their volumetric prop effects, and just the way that their textures just shine, look amazing as the light catches them. They really are incredible. In an interesting side note, so everybody knows that, well, if you didn't, by the way, Carinado and Alabao are pretty much two sides of the same company. But what they do is they keep their product releases fairly separate. Alabao would release one set and Carinado would release something else, though they don't cross over. In an interesting move, and possibly might be something telling for the future, is that this is the first time this particular aircraft, the Piper 23 Aztec F250, is being released under both names. So it is available either as a Carinado Aztec F250 or under as an Alabao Aztec F250. It is the same aircraft. There is no difference. It is exactly the same. And Carinado's website does acknowledge that it's licensed from Alabao, but it's an interesting path that they've gone down, and quite surprising, because it's always been very distinct. This is the way they do it. But yeah, so I'm not sure what that means for the future, if they're going to go for a full merger and just reduce down to one brand name. Not sure. I guess the future will tell. But this would sort of be the first step towards doing that, if that is what they're intending. But as I said, the future will tell what will happen with that one, so we shall see what happens in the future. And this one is available across FSX and P3, or FSX and P3D. All versions are supported as well. Alright, now finally wrapping up the NovaWrap for this week. X-Plane users rejoice, you have another aircraft that has been released to your simulators, guys. So Carinado have released the SR22 GTSX turbocharged version of the little Cirrus. That's coming to X-Plane Skies. So this is for X-Plane 10, 10.3 and higher. Your full 64-bit version as well. It doesn't not compatible with 30D, 32, so it's working that one. Your full high definition textures there. A lot of the Carinado specific gauges, and it requires the Carinado G1000 database to be installed, which is a free download, by the way, for X-Plane users if you haven't used Carinado before. And again, looking pretty incredible. I don't mess around with X-Plane a lot, but it's great to see that developers are starting to come on board for X-Plane users. It really is, most notably Carinado, Alabao, and Aerosoft, and it's great to see more content coming to you guys as well. And it's looking pretty damn impressive, and they've really gone into a lot of detail with the internal gauges as well to make sure that they actually, they look right, and they're actually the frame friendly as well. It's got your original the original autopilot from the aircraft is installed as well. Your full HD textures, and just your full 3D gauges, all the fun stuff that we're used to. And they're really sort of spouting their sort of customizable panel and their 3D their stereo high quality sounds, which some of us are used to in F6P3D, but apparently it's a thing for X-Plane. So there you go. I wasn't sure, but anyway. So yeah, as I said, X-Plane users rejoice. You can now buzz around in a high-powered little SR22, available now from Carinado, from your either direct from Carinado's website or from your favorite flight sim retailer. Alright folks, well that does wrap up the NovaWrap for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget as always to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this and want to see more. And of course as always you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.